Religion. Why, where and when? Religion has always been around, for as long as we can believe or read. But are sure that it's always been there? I don't think it has, for when humanity found a way to record what it knew, there has been religion. Why do we find primitive paintings in caves over 40,000 years old? When the oldest religion I am within is just about 1,500 years old. This difference in time, religion and knowledge, causes a kind of need and frustration. A need to find the essence of my being, as well as the hopelessness that very important things about our history has been forgotten and become extinct. So, it is obvious that people were simple, but not simple to each other, for the understanding that formed our consciousness, was the understanding that was the basis of all humans since then. They had realized that they all seemed to die. So was there any way to live after death? This knowing they had was crucial in their survival. For wouldn't life be quite hopeless having the knowledge that there is no return, and no life after? So, yes, I am sure that they started burying their dead, and calling to some or any deity that may help the dead continue after they had died. Love, or maybe a connection formed, after they started speaking to each other, building complex relationships, along with copulation. Talking to someone while sex does cause many feelings: euphoria, fear, love and hate. Domination must have been between the two sexes, as it is the main thing a person feels and thinks about. Before religion and before God, there is that belief, but definitely not strong enough to design one's life where he or she perceives and recognizes as real. We began from simplicity, the simplest of organisms, as seeing what we can of the remains of the old ones, what could have existed before them. Something liquid and becoming solid, consuming and becoming whatever it can, whichever direction these organisms may have taken. They made the choice that was best suited to them, with comparison to the other creatures. As humans became cleverer over time, we started recording our thoughts, remembering the dead, trying to keep their memories alive. These drawings don't really show any sign of faith, or being created, but what would be the reason for painting such things? Did a father get his children and drew around his and their fingers, promising that they would always be together? Archaeologists found this in Indonesia 40,800 years old. This is what I think these paintings meant. For don't we draw and write to leave our memory for the future to witness? The paintings show what the painters perceived around them, be it creatures, plants and fighting between the different species. Comparing the survival to the lives we are living now, shows me one specific thing. We don't hunt, and most of the time we are using our technology, that has given us no apparent reason to fight different creatures for food. So why did we create these computers that think for themselves? It's obvious. We want to become gods. As belief in deities has caused mankind to try to prove himself to himself that he is just like his so-called creator. If religion hadn't consumed the world, we still would be animals, but not the type you are thinking. We would have valued and loved life. For we would know that every living thing deserves and owns its right on earth. You'd see the most religious of people using technology. For example, for transport. How unnatural is it that we don't seem to walk when driving a car, or a motorbike, using as little as possible for big effects? Making you fat, lazy and disgusted at how gluttonous you are, eventually. You do know what that means. Virtual reality is the way to breathe. A little cause never did affect much. So, as the cause and effect is very imbalanced, what does it mean? Are we truly going anywhere far and fast? In these vehicles, that aren't made for walking or running. There must be a way to test this theory. I know it's true.